Hello to anybody watching my channel. I've just had a question that regards to SEO, so search engine optimization. And the question was, I think the thing is being a front-end developer. And the question was, do I offer search engine optimization to my clients? I think the thing is being a front-end developer or somebody like myself that creates an entire project, an entire website for small business clients, I think it's important to offer the basics of SEO. So have a firm knowledge on basically any plugin that you get for, say, a Joomla or a WordPress system or something like that. In WordPress, there's something called Yoast. In Joomla, I use something called RS SEO. And these basic things like having the correct page title, having the correct metadata, the description and the keywords placed in, and also just doing common sense things like having your main keywords within the header, the H1 tags, and also in your home page having a nice splattering of all your main keywords, on the home page. So these are important common sense SEO things to do. So it's a good idea to understand that and just get a basic grasp of the best way to lay out pages for search engine optimization. Now, the next level into search engine optimization, which is really researching the keywords, seeing how the stats do, and whether it's link building or whether it's just organic, whether it's AdWords, things like that. That's the next level, and that level doesn't really come with a standard website package for myself. So if you know this stuff, then I would offer it as an extended service. Generally, new clients who are new to building websites, they don't understand this stuff anyway. So, or have a good grasp on it. And when they do want to understand it is when their website starts to work, say, at an average pace, or they have a competitor that comes in and builds a new website and their website gets placed above them. So naturally then, all of a sudden, search engine optimization is an important thing. Now, I always say to my clients that any new website does have these basic common sense, I call them basic common sense search engine optimization. So the basic website build that I make does come with that. So yes, include that with it and just let them know that this is being also included into the package of the website. It's one of those things that since the standard or average client, small business client, just starting off probably with their first or second smaller website, won't know about these things because they're just not important to them yet. They do know that they want to be number one, of course, would be searched. Oh, hello, Danny speaking. So let them know that this service is being included in the basic build, but if they want to take it any further, then maybe they could take out a support package, doing that hardcore SEO, really looking into the stats, doing the keywords and the research. And some people love statistics and I just don't. So I generally, when they come back, and anybody that comes back to me and asks for really sort of in-depth SEO, I usually pass them on to somebody that really does it as a full-time job or a bigger SEO company. And what a lot of people don't realize, a lot of small businesses don't realize, is that sort of SEO is just as expensive, if not more expensive, than the website build itself. So and that's not a field that I want to go into. Maybe I might get somebody to work here in a later stage if my business grows. But yeah, for the start of it, I just really do the basic SEO stuff included into the website build. So another question in the email about the SEO is, do I include that SEO into the quote? or do I put it externally? So once again, and that falls back into what I was talking about before, stating, usually I have what I class as a base build, and that base build has a list of everything that I do in that base build, and basic SEO, describing page titles and a little bit of keyword refinement, stuff like that is included in there with that base build. Any sort of thing, when I quote for the base build, and then I quote for any extra add-ons that happen to the website. So if they want some sort of a user management system or database system or in-depth gallery or things like that, specific to their business, then that gets tacked on to the top of a base build quote. Third question is, how long does it take before you start to see the SEO results? One important thing to tell a client when the site is built and it goes live is that there is a difference between the site going live and the website showing up in Google, in the organic section of Google. So it's very important, because I always get phone calls saying, the site's live, but when I type it into Google, it's not there. And then you have to explain through that it won't be there. It's just if it's a totally new site and you add it to Google, then it takes a few days before it's, well, it can be anywhere. I've found it depends. It can be anywhere from the next day. It can be actually in the search engine. If you say, type in the business name specifically, or even if you type in site colon and then the website name itself, then you'll get all pages referenced to that site. And generally, look, if you put it into the into Google Analytics, the website build, once you finish building it, I always put it into Analytics for the client, and also use the developers area as well, which then you insert site maps and so on. So look, all that sort of stuff, the pages get listed pretty quick. But as far as results on those pages, I usually say to the client, give it a few weeks to a month before it really starts to sort of climb and get to a position where it's going to. Now, keep in mind that I am not an SEO expert. As I said before, I fall asleep as soon as I start doing SEO. But these are things that I have noticed. Some sites will be a little harder to get up there because of competition, I do notice. And I usually say to a client that come back and see me in a couple of weeks and we'll talk again about the placement of your website. And then by this time, they generally have a bit of a better idea of their competition, their placement, and I'm usually have described to them about the process of how a website will organically move up in Google, and then all the things to put into the site. And by this time, once they either don't see a fast movement on their site, then they start to take a little bit more interest in SEO. So I might hit them with a support package to sort of, focus on a few keywords and just sort of tweak each individual page to sort of focus on a bigger spread of keywords per page and so on. There are plenty of other YouTube channels out there delving into search engine optimization, a lot better than me. That this is my own personal experience with search engine optimization and just noticing how it works with new websites that I build. I found the key points of adding SEO into a website is, first of all, find your keywords. First of all, talk to the client and find out what their business does, all facets of it. Some businesses will be a lot easier and some businesses will be a lot more complex naturally. So I've noticed that, let's say, a business that sells fencing, it's pretty straightforward what people are going to do. They're going to want to get a fencing quote for a pool fence or a timber fence or a yard fence or something like that. So it's pretty straightforward what keywords are going to be used within the website. Now let's say another website does something like healthcare services. So they might do a broad range of NDIS service, old aged care pensions, round to the home, nursing, things like that. So there's a lot more of a broader range. So those sort of things are a lot harder to do SEO, because they have a lot more keywords, and then therefore you have to start splitting it up into their separate pages. So whether it be like something like NDIS, which is a health service program, so splitting it up into things like that, splitting it up to aged care, splitting it up into any sort of health sector that they do. So and that's a little bit more difficult. So you really have to be aware of what you're quoting on and for. Find out their business first, and is it going to be complex to do the keywords? And no, YouTube has not frozen. That's where this video ended and decided to cut off. Instead of looking at my frozen face, here's some pictures of my cat walking majestically in slow motion. Anyway, so I think I might summarize what I was going to say at the end there, which is basically just to make sure you get a good grasp of your new potential client, what sort of business they have, and if they are focusing on the fact that they want keywords as a primary part of their website. Believe it or not, there's some actual clients that don't. So make sure you understand your potential new clients' services and what is going to take to get their keywords ranking organically. Some you may have to do a little bit more work than others, so just keep an eye on that when quoting. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like what I'm talking about, and I'll catch you next time.